everybody has their own love story. It's a video.
Yeah.
And for those people that are coupled, they all have how they met and when they knew the other was the one, their one.
I'm sorry, have we met?
I believe we danced last night at the ball.
Not only do we know those stories from our friends and love them, we're obsessed with them in Hollywood too, from Cinderella, Romeo and Juliet, all the way to like Nicholas Sparks and the Notebooks. We know these stories, we love them. Everybody loves a good love story.
I have a story like that. Mine, I wouldn't say it's overly romantic. But it is unique. Definitely unique.
How so?
They wink at you.
They wink at you. Okay.
We have an inside joke with my cousins, and it says every good story starts with, and there I was. So there I was, in Orlando, at the Marriott, waiting to meet Billie Jo for the first time. We've never met in person. Sure, we've had plenty of talks and video chats and notes. I mean, we talked for hours on video, even if we were just watching a football game on TV. But now we're finally meeting. And I mean, something in my gut told me, take a video. And so I recorded, I don't know, just a document. I have no explanation why I thought to do this. I did it. I didn't tell her. I didn't even tell her I was doing it. And I recorded. I recorded us meeting. I'm just looking at this window, waiting for a white Jeep Grand Cherokee to drive around this little circle here and into this parking lot. And when I see this Jeep coming, is that it? Nope, that's not it. When I see it coming, I'm gonna run downstairs, and it should be any minute now, literally. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, you're meeting her for the first time in Orlando. You mentioned you had all these talks and hours of FaceTimes together. How did you guys even start talking in the first place? She lived in Florida, you lived in St. Louis. Where did you meet? How did that happen? Right? And that's a great story and a great question, by the way. And it's one that's going to have to start 2 years in the past. So if you look back at what was going on in the world, and you're going through COVID and people are on lockdown and wearing masks in the car by themselves for some reason and wearing masks outside and Lysoling their shoes before they come in their house. The world was a mess. And in that mess of a world, we started going back to the office at my work. Now, I have no inkling that Billie Jo is even alive back in 2020, 2021. And as we start going back to the office morale was extremely low. So they created this TikTok page, and I don't even have TikTok. And it started off with just like outfit of the day, and here's Mike walking through the office, and I didn't really even know they were taking the videos. And eventually it turned into me knowing they're taking the videos and
telling jokes, just simple jokes like.
I said that diarrhea is hereditary. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It runs in your genes. I'm not going to make it to work today. The roads are impassable. Can't drive on them. Ignore that. And I'll see you tomorrow.
When we posted the snow video with the car behind me, that was the first one that I did and sent to her. Prior to that, it was all just off her phone. What's interesting about that is I don't post anything on any of my social media accounts. I don't even have a TikTok. I can't see the videos that she's been posting for the years. Can't even read the comments. If somebody sends me a link, it just sends me to a download this app page, which I never do. But we blew up with that video. I think it had 1 million views over the first day. It's at 2.8 now. We gained like 10,000 followers, and when we got 10,000 followers, we started making money, 10 cents, dollar here and there. But that was not why we were doing it. And it was fun. So as Julie keeps thinking about more and more content ideas and basically just asking me, what do you want to do today?
What do you want to do today?
I would just tell jokes. Well, she decides she's going to start putting more personal stuff in there, and she starts asking people stuff like, oh man, we got to find Mike a girlfriend.
Here's what we need. We need to find you a sane woman who is no baggage and who's not afraid of commitment. Where can we do that? Where can we find that? Outside of those stupid dating apps.
And stuff like that. Well, again, I'm not seeing any comments, not seeing the videos. I'm just going along with it. I know it makes everybody happy. And Billie Jo, down in Florida, writes on the wall, but it gets lost because we're getting hundreds of comments every day, and just goes unnoticed.
I'm gonna go out and personally vet women for you. I'm just gonna go to random strangers and be like, so what's your situation?
That could be for your other page. People would follow you.
Yeah, I just ask random
What is
strangers.
your situation?
Yeah, what's your situation? Are you open? Are you
Yeah,
single?
you gotta be in the singles area. So.
Yeah.
And when I say she wrote and it was missed, it's not exactly how it played out. It was more like she wrote multiple times, and in some of these occurrences, Julie, who was running that TikTok page, the one who could see the comments, would even like the comments that she was putting. But all the stuff she was putting was harmless, and like I said, there was hundreds of comments coming in. And then one day, Julie shows me a video on her phone, and while I was looking at it, I started scrolling through the comments. And I saw a comment from Billie Jo. And it was a statement, and it just said something along the lines of, I need a Mike in my life. And I said, Julie, how come you didn't respond to this? You're out there trying to find me a girl in the internet, but you didn't respond to this comment. And she says, well, she didn't ask a question. She didn't say, is Mike single? Can I talk to him? I said, yeah, but Julie, she wrote, I need a Mike in my life. And Julie said, well, respond to her, write her. So I did. I took Julie's phone and I wrote something like, "You need a mic in your life. I'm a mic. Have this one." And I sent it. And that was, that's when she thought she was hacked. So she didn't reply right away back, but it was the same day, I believe. It was October 16th, 2024. And it was at 3:22 p.m. And I wrote her and waited. And she wrote back. I gave her my Instagram. And so on Instagram, we are starting conversation, and I'm telling jokes, and she's funny and understanding and understands my humor. And we took it over to Facebook, and we started texting on Facebook and doing video calls, like maybe even the first day. And things just went from there. One of the best things about how this all played out was, since Billy was in Fort Myers, Florida, and I was in St. Louis, Missouri, you kind of just didn't have to hide any of your crazies. You didn't have to try to impress somebody because you were so far away that you didn't think it was going to work out anyway. And two, you're not going to fake something and have somebody move or uproot their life over something that might not be 100% true. So I got to be me completely and without reservation, and so did she.
I was looking at the bull's butthole.
And from the get-go, so we got to learn each other without having to worry about, is that true, or is she saying that to impress me? We didn't have to do that because we couldn't. And because we were doing this long distance thing, we talked. And you know, if you go on a date, you might go to dinner and you'll be eating, or you might go to the movies, you watch a movie, but you don't talk. And that's all we could do. So we got further along in those first 12 days than I did with anybody that I've been in a relationship with, because we actually had to communicate. It was the only thing we had. October 28th, I had to be in Orlando for work. So I thought, well, you know, this is it. I'm going to be in Florida. It'll be 2 weeks of knowing you. Drive up, meet me. Let's make sure our spirits connect. Let's make sure there's nothing wrong with us. Maybe I smell weird, or maybe she does, or maybe in person without filters or without the video calls, it looks different or feels different. You just never know. Maybe there's not a spark. So, Billie Jo, on October 28th, around noon, woke up after working all night, drove 4 hours to meet me in Orlando, because one, I didn't have a car, and we got to meet.
I meet her for the first time. Hi.
And I took her to a Cuban restaurant because Latin food, I love it, and she's never had it. So I introduced her to a bunch of good items, and we got to talk and hang out in person.
My first one ever.
That was the first time we saw each other.
Why? Because I'm not.
That's where that video came from. That was a turning point, wasn't it? Turning point. So from that point forward, we decided we were going to give it a shot, and we went for it. So we started planning trips, and I think it was 2 weeks later she was flying to St. Louis for the first time, and she came back multiple times within the first 2 months. About every 6 weeks we had seen each other. That was the longest we had waited. But the thing about being a nurse is she's not just bounded to stay where she's at. So she has no family. She had a job she didn't like. She just had an apartment and a cat in Florida. So as things got more and more serious, it was like, okay, well, don't renew your lease. Can you get a travel job in St. Louis? Let's see if this would really work. Long distance is hard. It's working for us. But the everyday in and outs of life together for longer than just a weekend. And so Billie, she did all the work here, not me. Billie Jo applied for a job in St. Louis. Billie Jo quit her job in Fort Myers. And I flew down to Fort Myers. And me and Billie Jo drove back to St. Louis.
Finally,
Billie Jo
has come back to St. Louis.
Me and Billie Jo drove back to St. Louis with her cat. Don't forget the cat, because it's coming too. It's going to live here in my clean house. Spoiler alert, in our clean house.
Can you see this?
Don't listen to me, though, about the cat, because I like that cat. Pretty sure that cat likes me, too. Now, what's cool about Billie Jo and Mike is that she lets me be me. And I'm a lot to handle. I am constantly making jokes, high energy person. I love sports, and she's into it. We go to the soccer game. She begged and begged for us to go to the Cardinals game, to go to Busch Stadium. Finally did that. But I'm showing her all the beautiful things about the Midwest, all the beautiful things about St. Louis, all the beautiful things that are here. And when people in Florida, or people here even, say, "You moved from Florida to Missouri?" she can easily answer that with 1,000 different answers, 1,000 different beautiful pictures, and 1,000 different memories of why Florida doesn't compare to Missouri. And I believe that as much as I believe anything. I'm going to do a quick recap, just as a reminder to how we got to where we are. After COVID, we had to return back to work, and office morale was low. So Julie, one of my best friends at work, decides she's going to start filming Mike's outfits for TikTok. Mike doesn't have a TikTok and can't see any of the videos she's posting, but she posts for years. One random day, Julie hands Mike the phone, her phone, and says, "Hey, just read some of these comments. You have all positive people. There's no negative people on your internet," which is weird. And when I was reading the comments, thousands and thousands of people commenting, Billie Jo caught my attention.
Hi, baby.
We write, we meet, we wait 6 months, and because she is an overnight nurse in Florida, she has the opportunity after 6 months of talking to come to St. Louis for 3 months, for 13 weeks, just to see if our relationship has legs. And after 13 weeks, another 13 weeks. And at this point, it's been a full year of Mike and Billie Jo. And that means you've had big things like Christmases. You've had big things like birthdays.
Happy birthday, dear Michael. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha.
And some of the best parts about her moving here and people's worries about, well, Billie Jo lives alone in Florida and Mike lives alone in St. Louis. Will it work after basically just starting a relationship together, living together, because before that it was long distance. But because she's an overnight nurse, she works 3 nights a week. She sleeps a full day the following day, which means really you only have 3 days together a week. And that transition really, I think, helped because we got to basically date each other like normal people, even though we were living together. But no matter what it was, we were having fun. And it didn't matter if it was just living together every day or dressing up like 80 superstars. And it was easy. It was easy. I mean, when I come home from work, she had notes. Look at all these notes she has for me. I love you so much. Have a great day. Here's one from me to her. Sorry you had a bad night. Sleep good. I miss you. I'll see you in the morning. Here's one from her again. Have a great day. I love you. Welcome home. Can't wait to see you. Hi, finale. I love you. I miss you. Enjoy your sleep. Over and over and over. Who doesn't love that?
We're supposed to be on the same team.
And it really didn't matter if we were at home doing chores, chopping watermelon, cleaning the house, or going out on fancy dates, or maybe we were just riding our bikes to the park or going to church. We were together and we were not fighting and we were having fun. But that's not what you asked. You asked me what comes next. Well, funny thing about that question is a lot of people ask me, are you going to get married? Are you going to propose? And to do that, there's a lot of steps involved. You know, first of all, she doesn't have any rings to compare sizes to. So where do you even start with that? We never talked about color of the band, shape, stone. So it would be completely me just knowing her personality and having a guess. Then I'd have to go actually drive to a jewelry store and find a ring for her. But that's just the start of it. Because then you have to go ask your father for the permission.
You didn't ask my permission?
What, Dad?
I'm just saying, don't you think it's a little odd that he didn't, go for the permission?
The permission?
Yeah, it's just a polite thing to do to just go for the permission. Simple heads up. Hey, ma'am. Hey, Jim. I'm marrying your daughter.
I need to know every single detail. Word for word, what did you say?
I said, I don't know, I guess maybe I'd ask her to marry me.
Oh my god. You did not say it like that.
And I was cooking for the whole family. It was just me and Mom and Dad. And
Right.
I asked her if that's okay with you guys.
Uh-huh.
Mom said, well, I just wanted to be happy. And I said, I did too. And her dad said, well, yeah, I already said. But then he came back and said, hey, the thing you said earlier, we're not supposed to tell her that, right?
Oh my god.
I said, no, don't.
Right.
And he goes, I better go tell Jen.
You know, there's telling my mom that I'm going to do it, and letting my friends know, and she would be the only one that wouldn't know, and then, you know, go to the extremes of buying a plane ticket to Amsterdam in Germany just so you're together the day after you propose. Setting the right atmosphere, picking the right place, and you create a fake documentary it's a real documentary, but all for the purpose proposing. And, you know, maybe I get up and I put on a jacket and walk down to where she's sitting and see what she says. Is that good? Good? Which way do I go? There you are. You don't like the cut to black Sopranos ending? I mean, it's not like I did it like they did it. I at least gave you the end, right? Well, you're still here, so I assume you want to know what happened. And since you weren't there live, let me recap it for you. She watched the documentary. I watched her. She liked it. We love documentaries, and then after it was over, I got down on a knee and I pulled out the ring, and she said yes. So the story is not the end; it is to be continued. Now, excuse me as I go back down and hang out with my fiance.